Whittward Carver, Sun Tzu and the Chip Shop Wars. Whittward Carver, standing in the queue at his local chippy, couldn't help but notice the eerie similarities between the Friday night rush and the ancient strategies of Sun Tzu. The fluorescent lights buzzed above like a swarm of angry bees, illuminating the battlefield of battered cod and soggy chips. The art of queuing. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The queue was the first battlefield. The seasoned veterans knew the art of deception. Old Mrs. Johnson, with her walking stick and innocent smile, was a master at this. She'd appear frail, then suddenly produce a £20 note from her cleavage, demanding a large haddock and a portion of mushy peas, scattering the unprepared like a well-aimed trebuchet. Whitwood observed, "She's like the bloody Trojan horse, innit? 1 minute you're holding the door open for her, the next, she's nicked your spot in the queue and you're left wondering what the hell happened." The fish fryer's gambit. The supreme art of war is to win without fighting. The chip shop owner, Ahmed, was a strategist in his own right. He'd see the queue building and, with a calm that would make Sun Tzu proud, he'd toss a few extra chips into the fryer. The smell alone was enough to pacify the restless crowd. It was a preemptive strike, a peace offering to the hungry masses. Whitwood nodded appreciatively. Ahmed's got it down to a science. He knows the power of a well-timed chip. It's like watching a bloody symphony of deep-fried diplomacy. The condiment conundrum. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Then there was the condiment station, a minefield of ketchup, vinegar, and tartar sauce. The inexperienced would hesitate, their indecision causing a bottleneck. But the regulars knew better. They'd swoop in, grab their sauces, and disappear like ninjas in the night. Whitwood chuckled. It's like watching a ballet of condiment commandos. One wrong move, and you're drowned in a sea of vinegar and regret. The Great Salt Shakedown. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. The salt shaker was the ultimate test of willpower. Too much, and you'd ruin your chips. Too little, and you'd be left with a bland, potato-esque disappointment. Whitwood watched as a young lad, no more than 16, wrestled with the salt shaker like it was a matter of life and death. Kids got the right idea, Whitwood thought. It's all about balance. Too much of anything, and you're fucked. I mean, screwed. Whether it's salt on your chips or power in your hands, moderation is key. The final showdown. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. Finally, Whitwood reached the counter. Ahmed looked up, a knowing smile on his face. "Wagwan, Whit." "The usual." Whitwood nodded. "You know it, mate. Cod and chips, extra vinegar." As he waited, Whitwood reflected on the night's observations. Sun Tzu had it right. Life's a battlefield, and the chip shop's no different. It's all about strategy, deception, and knowing when to strike. He grabbed his food, gave Ahmed a nod of respect, and stepped back into the night. The chip shop wars would rage on, but for now, Whittward Carver was victorious. And as he walked away, the smell of vinegar and victory lingering in the air, he knew that sometimes the greatest battles are fought over the simplest things. And with that, Whittward Carver disappeared into the night, his laughter echoing through the streets, leaving behind a trail of wit, wisdom, and the faint scent of fried fish.